Hello, and welcome to Weed and Grub.
Click. You ate that shit already, dude?
He ate it all. There's no point giving him a treat.
Why do you even give a dog a treat if they don't even taste it?
Did you hear the sound he made when I gave it to him?
He growled at
He
you.
went, no, he snorted. It was a snort.
Like he was so excited that he couldn't get enough air?
Yeah. It's how I sound when you give me like a piece of pie.
So if we were at like a 24-hour diner with you and like the coconut cream came over?
Yeah, you would hear me go. And then the pie is just gone. That's how I eat pie. You know me.
That's so funny. Everyone's like, been there, man.
Yeah.
Been there, dude.
Yeah,
Hell
we all know what that's like.
Oh, what up, Mary Jane?
How's it going, Mike?
That really got me. Welcome to Weed and Grub, everybody. This is a podcast about comedy, cannabis, cooking, calling shit out,
What the fuck is this podcast about?
horking.
Oh my God. Quarantine. This is a Quaranteam mini. Little mini.
Yo, I was thinking, like, can you imagine if chips were never invented?
No, I cannot.
How crazy would
I truly
that
cannot
be?
imagine what the timeline looks like in which there are no chips.
I can't either, but this whole quarantine has been so chip heavy for me.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I've been so thankful to mindlessly shove handfuls in my mouth that the other day, I was just kind of like, I'm thankful for chips,
Yeah.
you know?
I've lived in a bag of chips.
Yeah.
Like, you know how Bobo, my cat, gets in that fucking box?
You put a box down for Bobo, and he snakes around everyone to claim it. It's fucking funny.
Isn't it wild? It's like, well, I just wanted to say, my chip situation is that if I could get inside a bag of chips like Bobo gets into his box, I would feel great. Because the thing about Bobo getting in the box is that you can tell that he is immediately just safe,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. He does. He's a hermit in the shell.
A cat in a box is just a safe cat, a happy cat. Like there are all of these like cat beds that you can buy on Etsy and stuff where they're like made out of wool and they're like little cat caves. You don't need to spend that fucking money. Get a box, put it on the floor, turn it on its side. Your cat will get in there. It will feel safe. It will feel happy. I went to a zoo, I think the Dublin Zoo once, and they had put like a refrigerator box in the lion enclosure. There was a lion hanging out in a box. It's all cats.
Yeah.
Everywhere, all the time. They just want to be in boxes. So
It's my cat in a box.
cat in a box. So my equivalent would be if I could get inside a bag of chips.
A bag of chips?
Yeah.
That's so, like, your safe place is if you could shrink down or there was a man-sized bag, person-sized bag.
Yeah, I would
of
like
chips.
I would like a
On the side on the floor,
yeah,
you just crawl inside.
a human-sized bag of chips. I would just crawl in there. I would get all greasy. The crinkles, it would all just be so fucking soothing. And then I would go to sleep instead of like a white noise machine, just like a chip crinkle machine.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
That's way better than, I don't want to hear waves crashing.
Who
I want to
needs the
hear
waves?
I want to hear a Cool Ranch crinkle. So put
Send me
to bed.
right off.
What chip bag would you climb into like a cat?
I am a big fan of the big, like the family sized, like whatever it is, Ruffles, Trader Joe's, chips, Lay's. And I don't care about brand. I'm not brand loyal. I just like the big ones right now. Like
Yeah.
I will not bring home a bag of chips unless it is going to last me at least 2 days.
Family size.
Got to be family size.
Always. I don't even know why they make anything smaller than family size.
Oh, family size, you mean perfect for one person?
Yeah.
Great.
They should, instead of serving size, it should be like a number of TV shows it'll get you through.
Oh, yeah.
As you binge.
We'll get you through 5 episodes of Law and Order and 1 Amazon Prime movie. Great.
Awesome. That's the bag for me.
Yep.
Are you into you're into the plain Janes right now?
I like the plain boys. I like plain. I like assault. a salty wrinkle, like a salty ruffle.
Yeah.
Sometimes I dip them in something, but I just like salt. Like I will butter a bagel and just put salt on it and nothing else. I don't need any jam or honey or butter or, I mean, like almond butter or anything.
Yeah.
Just some butter and some butter and owl. Have you ever seen Kristen Wiig's? Oh my God, she does Paula Deen on Saturday Night Live. What's the segment? Not late night.
Weekend Update.
Weekend Update. Yeah, she comes on talking to Seth Meyers and as Paula Deen, and she's holding a fucking chicken leg and a stick of butter, and she's just like butter and owl, say it, butter and owl. And that's how I always feel about my butter situation.
Chip game.
Chip game,
Yeah.
butter and oil, salt. That's
I think I would climb into, oh man, like a kettle cook.
Oh.
A kettle cook
What's the
bag?
flavor on there?
I mean, my favorite kettle cook is jalapeno.
Oh.
But I don't feel like I'm being true to myself with that. I don't know what my favorite chip bag would be to climb into. A fun one would be a Pringle.
Oh,
That'd
just
be
get in
fun.
a can?
Just get in a can and roll around.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, what's my favorite chip right now?
I don't know. I feel like I see you eat corn chips.
I do like them.
You're like a corn chip guy.
Yeah. Fuck, man, this is hard. Well,
Corn
either
chips
way.
and crackers. Like when I reach for the Ruffles, I feel like you often will have a cracker.
Yeah, I do like to polish off a whole thing of Triscuits with a whole tub of hummus and be like, "That's dinner."
Yeah.
Totally.
Fuck
Yeah, maybe I could climb. You'd climb in a chip bag and I'd climb in a Triscuit box.
There you
That's
go.
exactly what it is.
That's it.
That's the heart of it.
Perfect.
Damn.
Nailed it.
That's so funny. Why don't they make sleeping bags? Like I would climb into a Triscuit sleeping bag
A Triscuit sleeping
or
bag.
like branded gravity blankets. How fun would that be?
Hell yeah.
That'd be the move.
I wonder, they should make a gravity blanket with like a chip wrapper. Like, is that what you're saying? Like
Yes.
a crinkly, silvery chip wrapper,
Yes.
but that weighs like 50 pounds?
Yeah.
Holy shit, man. I would buy one.
It would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you remember when Sun Chips came out with biodegradable bags and the entire like American corporate economy, because it would ruin like every step of distribution along the chain because they were trying to save the planet. So they were like, those bags are too loud. And then the whole American population was like, yeah, they're too loud. Get rid of them. And Sun Chip is like, they're compostable. Like they'll save the environment. Everybody should be doing this. And like big business was just like, nope, too loud. Ah.
Wow.
Do you remember that?
I do not.
It was like 2002 maybe.
Whoa.
Yeah, Sun Chip was like, we're gonna try and make the world better. Some people should follow our lead, and instead it was just
Sure.
too loud.
Wow.
The bag was loud, and there was
Wait,
like
this compostable bag was like louder than a normal bag?
yeah, because it was made out of different materials, and so
Okay.
they were like, the decibels every time you reach your hand in could cause deafness if you eat too many chips out of this bag. Like whoever the company that paid the scientist, you know, the 1 in 5 who were against Colgate, and
Sure.
Crest is like, yeah, hey, say Colgate sucks. And you know, whoever the scientist was, it was like, it's 120 decibels, and with repeat chip eating, you could lose hearing.
It's like standing under the jetway at the airport.
Yeah, exactly.
What, did you ever eat a chip out of this very loud bag?
I remember people on the news being like, you know, chip drama, chip news, and they would hold the bag up. And
Oh, as the Iraq War was being launched? Is that what was happening at the time? George W. Bush was like, weapons of mass destruction, meow meow. But no, let's talk
Yeah.
about this chip bag.
our top story tonight, too loud, you be the judge. And then a news anchor just holds him up and goes,
Yeah, I would love to look at the timeline of when this was fucking news.
word.
Really?
You're so right.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I remember the news story.
I do.
That to me is crazy.
Because like the male newscaster held the chip bag up and crinkled it.
Right.
And the female goes,
Oh, it's
Yep.
so loud. My precious little ears.
yeah. And next thing Sun Chips was like, all right, man, I guess I guess we're done with
Back
this.
to the old way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want new Sun Chips. That's fucking crazy to me. Wow.
Yeah, so like every step along the way, people have tried to do something good, and it's just turned out to be like too much of a deal to deal with.
What are some other brands that have tried to like make things like not just update the recipe, but trying to be like sustainable or like, ethical manufacturing, anything. Like I know, well, obviously Ben and Jerry's is like a fucking standard bearer for just being awesome and giving back to great causes and being like, I think their whole thing with, like buying from Vermont farmers and all that kind of stuff has always been the way.
Totally.
Plus they're pro weed, which is the fucking best.
Yeah, and they have a new sneaker coming out. Have you seen the new Ben and Jerry's Nike collab?
No.
Holy shit.
What?
Like, you think the Red October goes for like $4,000 because it's like a Kanye rarity? Like, this Ben and Jerry sneaker is so fucking dope, and they keep pushing back the launch date because things are a problem right now. And
Is it a Nike sneaker?
it's so good. Should I pull it up on pod?
Sure.
Okay, because it's like, also it's all over my Explore page on Instagram, so this will only take a fucking moment.
The Explore page. That's so funny. Your Explore page is just all what, sneakers and like fucking music?
My Explore page is cheese being poured on meat and bread,
Okay.
sneakers, and hip hop.
Okay.
That's it.
Because I was doing this a few weeks ago. It was a fun little project where people would send me a screenshot of their, I don't remember if we talked about it on here, but I would get a screenshot of someone's IG Explore page, and then I would do like a little aura reading on them.
Oh yeah,
That was really fun.
You nailed so many people too.
I got some pretty, yeah. Some people were like, felt like I really got them. My IG Explore page is 100% cute animals.
In boxes, in chip bags.
Yep, animals in boxes. Pigs in tutus. Sloths in like baskets is a big favorite of mine. There's like baskets of baby sloths. I am vamping because Mike clearly doesn't have it on his IG Explore page.
It's the internet here.
It's my internet
it's
is
so
too slow.
Your home isn't close enough to the satellites.
Okay, sorry about that. We'll work on that.
We've got so many problems.
Where is this Ben and Jerry's sneaker?
Hey, if anyone out there wants to sign a petition, I'm starting a petition to get Mary Jane to get closer to the goddamn satellites so I can use her internet. Look at this. It's frozen.
Oh, wait. Yeah, okay. Is that it? Am I looking at it?
Oh, now it works. It's like when you go to the doctor and they're like, where does it hurt? And it's like, well, actually nowhere right now.
What?
There's the Ben and Jerry's sneaker.
Okay. Ben and Jerry's Nike SBS skateboard, right?
Yep.
Dunk Low Chunky Donkey.
The Chunky Donkeys.
That's fucking gorgeous.
Right? They're like
Wow.
all drippy.
Ooh, that is not what I expected at all. Love the cow pattern. The drippy yellow. Dope.
Yeah.
That's so fucking cool.
They're going to sell out in moments.
Would you wear them?
Yeah, I would wear the shit out of those.
Yeah.
Like, those are the kind of ones that you want, like, I would want to wear all the time and just wear them the fuck out. Because I think Ben and Jerry's would appreciate that. I don't think they want you to hold them on a pedestal of, like...
A pedestal?
A pedestal? What do you say? It's a pedestal.
Sorry. Mm-hmm.
Why is that funny?
A pedestal.
A pedestal.
A pedestal.
A pedestal.
A
like
pedestal
a little, like
is
a thing that you like.
Is a small pedestal? A pedestal?
A pedestal.
A pedestal?
Like it's something when you hold something upon high. Like
yeah, you put it up on a pedestal.
On a pedestal, yeah.
Okay.
What do you? That's an okay. That's like we'll move on because you're wrong.
No,
I know that okay.
It's pedestal.
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 Still.
Pedestal.
There. You go.
That is so unnatural in the throat.
I've noticed since hanging out with you a lot because we're quarantining, I've noticed what are they called? Regionalisms. Like because I don't think you have an accent. I don't hear your accent.
Right.
I hear my Canadianisms a lot.
Yeah.
I've heard a couple of regionalisms from you, and
really?
That's one of them. If you're not kidding, pedestal.
I'm not. No. That's how I will continue to say it.
Okay.
Certainly not going to change now.
The other one is I wish I could just point it and get you to say the word. That box on the table over there.
What, the hard drive?
No, next to it, yellow and green box.
Oh, crayon.
Yeah,
A crayon.
a crayon. I've never heard it said that way before.
Crayon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a box of crayons.
Crayola crayons.
Crayons. Yeah. How do you say crayon?
Crayon.
What?
Crayon.
Mm.
Crayon.
I don't know who's right or wrong, but I know which way makes sense
I say
to
a
me.
bunch of shit weird. Like
Crayon.
Crayon. Yeah.
A crayon. If you put a crayon on a pedestal, then you love that color magenta or whatever.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Crayon.
Let's
Okay.
make lists of weird pronunciations.
Also, I want to know if anyone says crayon, and I want to know if anyone says pedestal, because those to me are the right way to say things.
How do you pronounce the word shone? Like the light on the water.
shone, shown,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, yeah, like I was corrected on it when I moved to America.
Uh-huh.
A friend of mine was like, "What did you just say?" And I was like, "Sean." And she said,
You say Sean?
"That's how it's pronounced where I'm from." But I was corrected and made to change to say Sean, which I now say because I live in your country where you say Sean.
Yeah.
But where I'm from, it's Sean.
Did you grow up in an exclusively old British
Kind
actors
of.
and actors
Yes.
community where
No, just in Newfoundland. It's Canadian. A Canadian accent is like very specifically different with certain things. Like we say project and progress and
Right.
produce instead of produce and project and progress.
Oh, interesting. Sean makes me
Sean.
insane.
Yeah, I know.
I would punch an eye
Right.
if I heard that.
Oh, yeah.
You should have seen the light shone on the,
The
water.
light shone. She literally was
No.
like, "The fuck."
Yeah, I would be too.
Please don't say it like that. I was like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, did she also roll her R's when she says burrito?
Yeah. Anyway, regionalism.
It does bother me when you say croissant.
Oh, because I say it as croissant.
You'll be telling me just a normal English story, and then you'll go, and then I had a.
Croissant.
I'm like, oh
Yeah,
man, just
it's-
say crescent.
Well, it's croissant. I don't.
No!
I don't say. What do you say? Croissant.
Croissant.
Yeah, it's croissant. I mean, I don't need to say it like croissant, but it's
Right.
croissant. It's a French word. I'm going to pronounce it the French way because it's a French word.
I feel like I'm learning that Midwestern means like
at
small-minded
people.
and mad at people if they're different than you. Like that feels like exclusively a Midwestern upbringing. It's like, wait, they say what? How? Well,
Yeah.
that's no, thank you. Get them out of here.
Right, you feel like I'm
dismiss
being like
you.
a pretentious,
Yeah.
elite, uppity fucking dickbag by saying a word that's like, what are you saying? It's croissant.
Yes.
Well, actually, it's a French word, and where they come from, they say croissant. So I'm actually just going to say croissant.
And then she was trying to knowledge me. She was trying to knowledge me.
Ah, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I feel like that's what it is. Like if you say things like Sean on the water, I'm like, who's this pretentious bitch
Right.
trying to say words in a way that I don't say them? Wow. That
Yeah.
is so fucked.
Isn't that funny just to hear a different accent and be like, that person's being a jerk?
Yeah, that's exactly the problem.
Isn't that funny? I mean, I grew up in a weird kind of like melting pot of accents, so I've never ever experienced that until I came. Well, it's a weird way to say it, but like I definitely there were a bunch of accents swimming around when I was a kid. And so I didn't understand the sort of like you needed to say it a certain way until I got to theater school, I guess. And then I was sort of like told to say things in a certain way. And then definitely when I moved to the States, I had to change even more. And then there are certain things that I want to pronounce a certain way. And I know that I can't because people just fucking hate it. Like
Hate it.
LaCroix.
Le quoi?
Because I want to say LaCroix.
Right.
But everyone's like, no.
LaCroix.
Dum-dum. It's LaCroix. Yeah.
Come down here with us.
Yeah.
Please.
Well, but there are like a lot of people pronounce Oregon,
Right.
or New Orleans or any of that. Like there are certain ways that you just need to say things to be,
I've never really dug deep into the
Correct.
hierarchy of language because in Missouri, where I'm from,
Mm-hmm.
there's a you look down on and feel better than the people who say Missouri or Sunda for Sunday. And
Sunda.
so there's almost like a what's the word for different
Status?
classes?
Okay.
Like social class, economics class. Like there's different classes where like if you say Missouri, you're in the middle.
Okay.
And if you say Missouri, you're looked down on. And it's like, oh, who's this uneducated dum-dum who's over here saying Missouri? And it's like, it's not whether you're right or wrong. It just makes you feel better about yourself. And then if somebody above you says something different than Missouri, you're also like, hey, fuck you too. Like it's a very like stuck in the middle
Yeah.
mentality that kind of it's kind of fucked to think about.
It's fucking fascinating to study in a place like England where my dad grew up because there's the received pronunciation, which is called RP, which is what you would know as like very, very British. It's the Queen's English. It's like that, probably the one that sets your teeth on edge the most, where you're like, okay, all right. What are we being fancy over here?
Oh, somebody has calligraphy tongue. Okay.
That was an invented dialect that was taught to British schoolboys who had the money to go to boarding school, and they were taken from all over Britain, all over the place where like there are all these tiny little pockets of cool accents. Like my dad was from York, and the accent in York is completely different from the accent in somewhere like Wales or fucking Devon or wherever. Anyway, all of these kids were taken and put in these boarding schools, and then they were taught, quote unquote, the Queen's English, this received pronunciation, which you would be taught, so you would all come out sounding that way.
So is it like a rich people code?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So if you come from a working class background and you manage to get into a boarding school and then you are taught received pronunciation, you actually learn this accent at school, and then you come out and you meet someone at a work dinner or whatever, you just both know that you are of a certain class. That accent is purely about class.
That's fascinating.
Isn't that
That's
fucking wild?
remarkable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's like a secret society handshake, because
Yep.
if I say to you, "Oh, hey, what's good?"
Mm-hmm.
and you like, I just tipped my hand without even knowing it, that
Yep.
I am like maybe not of your time.
Yep. Wow. Isn't that fascinating? And it's also why people like, like Meghan Markle marrying into the British family has been such a crazy big deal, because she's American, she's biracial, she's black, she's fucking like, got that whole like Hollywood, like commercial. She held a suitcase on TV, all that kind of stuff. She's just not one of them, and especially she doesn't sound like them.
Yeah.
She doesn't look like them, and she doesn't sound like them. It's just like really wild. And that particularly like classist fucking accent is a big stamp of like who you are. You need to sound a certain way.
This is incredible.
It's fucking amazing,
I
right?
would like, because it makes me want to go on YouTube and just like YouTube RP, yeah,
Receive
and the
pronunciation.
Queen's English, and
Yep.
just like there's got to be a split screen vid where it's like, here are the things between these two things, and I'm sure I will be like kind of blown away.
Yeah, and it was invented not that fucking long ago, like the 1800s. Everyone had different crazy accents all over the UK. And if you want to hear what Shakespeare actually sounded like, where you can hear like the thing that sounds closest to what Shakespearean English sounded like in Appalachia.
Is that in England?
No,
Where's that?
Appalachia, in the Appalachian Mountains in, fucking the east coast of the United States. Appalachia.
That's the closest.
Coal mining territory.
Wow, really?
Yep. And also in Newfoundland, where I'm from. There's pockets of towns and people who have just been there for, hundreds and hundreds of years, and they've like received this dialect that's very, very old, and now it's just like these weird little colloquialisms, but it's very, very old.
Wait, are you saying like Shakespeare informed their, or like
like
I'm
they
not sure what you're
sound
saying.
now? So Shakespeare, who was writing in the 1500s, right?
Yeah.
Had, and 1600s, early 1600s, had that time, how they sounded at that time. It was a very specific dialect at that time in England. Everyone
England.
sounded different from all of their different towns, but there was like a really specific like London sound.
Okay.
And that sound still exists today in places like Newfoundland and Appalachia, because they have just been these like small territories for like hundreds of years that have passed down these sounds.
Wow.
So like in Newfoundland, where I'm from, there's this sound that goes, and that's like a yes. It's an intake of breath.
It
you
means
know?
yes.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, I can tell your like eyes are glazing over a little bit. So.
No, they're not. It's like hard for me to wrap my head around
Yeah.
that, like an inhale gasp. Like we started this whole thing with you going like like that, and now
Yeah.
now
That's
we've
the sound of me eating pie.
yeah, and the sound of yes is
The sound of me saying yes is,
fucking fascinating.
Yeah, sorry to get on my whole. I went to theater school and loved fucking talking about, dialects and regionalisms and all that kind of stuff for,
when you look at like where we're at as a country right now, and how like you and I are very strong-willed about how we believe things should be operating right now and how they are operating not right now, like to talk about class systems and things like coded language in England to
Yeah.
show who you should be surrounding yourself with. Like, I mean, now is the time to learn about this kind of a thing, because
It's fucking fascinating. It's fascinating to learn about all that kind of stuff. Like I read a lot about like just like turning your code switching. You know
Yeah.
what code switching, right?
fuck, I'm guilty of it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Without even knowing it in high school. Like, yeah, like while I don't have an identity and I'm trying to figure out who I am, and I'm just like switching nonstop with everybody. And now I'm on the other side of it, where I'm so aware of my natural like desire to code switch, because that's what I was doing so young. And so now I'm on the other side where I'm like mad aware of just holding on to my ship as hard as possible so that I don't slide into any kind of like type of me that's not me.
Right.
Yeah.
Huge.
Huge.
So important.
It's fucking crazy though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really
like
important.
if I didn't have the internet, I wouldn't know about something like that, and I wouldn't know how problematic it is. I
Right.
would just be like going about my day being like, what? I'm an everyman.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Meaning you just switch from like, you switch into whoever you're talking to. You sort of match their rhythm, their dialect, their like language, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just a smooth chameleon who's like got it all figured out instead of being like, yo, like you should just be you, and I'm insulted that you're trying to like be me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have your vocabulary. Yeah.
Totally.
Interesting.
So, but you were saying about code switching and growing up in Newfoundland and how like America is drowning.
No, I mean,
And you want to
you
climb
just
in a
said
chip
that.
bag? Oh,
I
I
do
swear to
wanna-
God, I heard you say that you want to climb in a chip bag because America's drowning or something.
I do want to climb into a chip bag. Shit's fucking weird, man. I lost an entire week.
What do you mean?
I woke up today thinking that it was next week, like next Sunday, the date. So today is whatever it is, the 17th.
Yeah.
I woke up thinking it was the 24th.
Oh my God. And you were like, June is here?
Yeah, I was like, oh fuck, I better figure some shit out because I don't have June lined up for, all the like work and stuff that I need to be doing. And also my mom's birthday is May 25th. And so I was like, oh shit, tomorrow's mom's birthday. And like,
Jesus Christ.
I had this whole 2 hours where I was wandering around like really kind of feeling stressed out and freaked out and feeling like the month had gone by really fast and but it just didn't occur to me that I had gotten the date wrong. And then all of a sudden I looked at my phone and it said the 17th, and like it felt like like a knife had been taken out of my side. I was just like, oh, thank fucking God. But I lost a whole week for a couple of hours because time's just fucked up.
Yeah. Has that happened to you before?
Not a whole week. I've like gotten a day wrong, maybe.
Yeah.
Or like I've thought it was like, a different time of day, maybe.
Sure.
Yeah.
But a week is a lot. Mm-hmm. Damn, yo. I've never experienced that. And so
It was very disorienting.
I bet. I mean, yeah. Have you been reading all the articles about why time is as like limber as it has been right now?
I've been reading some. Have you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild.
It is wild.
Yo, honor to be in this trauma bonding with you, the rest of the country.
Yeah.
What an honor.
Glad we're all here in it together.
They should do at Madison Square Garden, when we can all come together and we can all be there at the same time, they should do a sold out therapy session where there's just a therapist on the Jumbotron and in stadiums across the country, and we all just do like group therapy as a country in arenas across the country.
That sounds like a mega church evangelical kind of situation that I would avoid. But you go ahead.
I'm thinking it could help.
Go on, Glazer.
Okay, now you're making me decide between if church is therapy or not, and I don't like the corner I'm being backed into.
I think that a lot of people find church very therapeutic.
Yeah.
And I have actually experienced going to church and singing as feeling fucking great. So if that's
Exactly.
your thing,
So
great.
if I get this together and you want to join me,
Nope.
and then you can find 3 friends who find 3 friends to join you, and we can all go to an arena together
For your no church
and do no church therapy. Quit calling it church. It's therapy.
Yeah, it sounds like church. And I'm not going.
Brene Brown's going to be there.
Probably not.
Yeah, she's probably not. She's
Although
going to be like, oh, church?
Maybe, yeah, she'd be like, yeah, we're church, cool. Okay. I go every Sunday in Texas. Yeah, I don't want that.
I don't know. I just don't know what to do. I feel like if we could all get in an arena together and hash it out, it might be better.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know what to do either. That was weird to lose a week. Have you been having weird dreams?
My dreams have become more detailed and more, what's the word where they're not crazy? Like I've had crazy dreams where like an octopus turns into a cow and then I get dragged under the bed and then my mom has no face. But these are like highly detailed, rational dreams.
Oh.
Like where it's like, oh, this is just me dreaming about possible outcomes in my life right now. That is not only boring, but horrifying, because then I'm like, wait, am I seeing my own future? Like, when you sometimes take a bunch of mushrooms and you'll go down a hole and you're not sure if you're creating a new path that your life is going to go down because you are manifesting this, and then you're like, fuck, did I just tell my own future and now that's the path I'm headed down? Or if these are deep-seated fears that I'm just seeing and having to wrestle with while I'm tripping. And that's the same way I feel. That's a lot to unpack, I know. But like, that's the same way I feel about these dreams that I'm having, is like, I don't know if I'm predicting my own future or if I'm manifesting my deepest, darkest fears, or if I'm just fucking stressed out without knowing it and shit's just, that's how it is. I don't know.
Yeah, I would say the last one.
Yeah, but that's not, it's, I don't like having, I like
Yeah.
the fantasy.
Sure.
It's easier to play along in the unknown than it is to like sit here and be like, oh yeah, no, I'm just like going through it. That makes me uncomfortable to even sit with that.
Yeah, I
You
know.
know?
I can I tell you, I had for, I don't know, probably a year, I had a recurring nightmare that I low key on some like cellular level felt like was a real thing that had happened, which was that I had killed someone and that I had buried and hidden the body. And I would wake up from this very real nightmare where I killed someone and hidden the body, feeling like it had actually happened, but I couldn't quite remember it. And it was just like a buried thing in my subconscious for probably the better part of a year. And then I got out of the situation that I was living in, which was not a good one. And that dissipated. And I realized that it was just like a stress dream that had to do with, obviously this like crappy situation that I was living in.
Oh,
Wasn't
God.
that nuts?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
if this is going to be boring for you, tell me and we can change the subject. But like, do you believe that dreams are, what do you believe? I don't want to even put anything on you. What do you believe that dreams are?
Oh boy. I mean, I just watched Inside Out yesterday.
Okay.
And I love all of this stuff in that movie. Is so fucking great because it's such a, you've seen Inside Out, right? The Pixar movie.
Yeah, I saw it in the last year for the first time. I loved it.
It's so fucking great because they really like take an academic approach to a lot of it, where they like unpack, what the subconscious is and what abstract thought means and how long-term memory versus short-term memory is stored in the brain and how memories are made and like all this stuff. It's so fucking great. And at one point they end up in the dream factory, and it's like, you just go to bed at night and then your brain shuts down and dreams are sent to you to sort of like help you process what you've been living through. So I guess, I don't know, I like all of that, the idea of like the fact that it like just helps you process something that you're going through. I don't know if they come from elsewhere or
You don't think
what.
they're real?
Do I think dreams are real?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I think dreams are real.
What do you mean?
Like it's like an alternate dimension that is like just as plausible as this one that we're sitting and recording right now. Like I am constantly like thinking that I am in a different realm that is equally as, and somebody is having this dream right now about us doing this, and it's a very boring dream, and I hope it gets punched up, because that sounds like a very
It's just these two people talking in an apartment
Yeah.
smoking weed.
like what a,
That sounds awful.
Talk about a snooze. But yeah, a lot of times I'm like, no, I bet that's just as real as this is. Like whatever I was just dreaming is probably happening somewhere else.
Oh, yeah. That's not my experience at all.
No?
Nope.
That's good. Because it's exhausting. Sometimes it's exhausting.
Yeah, I
I
don't
feel
believe
more
that.
tired when I wake up than when I went to bed, because I'm like, man, I just like did all that other shit in my dreams.
Do you really think that?
Yeah. Because like sometimes I wish I could just dream about running errands and that'd be enough. But more times than not, it's not like that. My dreams are all fucked up. And then I'm like, oh man, that was probably real. And it was just it was like a different dimension.
A different timeline.
A
You really
different
feel like
timeline.
that.
Yeah. It makes so much sense to me, especially because then I can see things from my dreams that happen here in this reality. And I'm like, oh, those are the cross stitches. Like that's the shoelace tying itself. That is my life. And so, yeah. And then like, when you dream something or feel deja vu, I'm like, yep, those are the shoelaces tying together that are, whatever this existence is.
I don't have that experience with my dreams.
Good, because it's exhausting.
Well, I mean, I'm just thinking about it. That's what the was, because like I've had wonderful dreams where I've seen my dad, or like something where I'm like, oh, something happened in my dream where I got to see someone that I really miss who's not alive anymore, or something that feels like has portent, like an omen. Like I remember when I graduated from theater school, I had this crazy dream in which I killed myself, and then I woke up and I was like, oh yeah, those dreams where you die, it's like supposed to mean a whole ton of stuff. So like I definitely have had dreams that feel important and like they're reflecting something bigger than that's in than is in my real life, but I don't think they're actually happening.
Okay. I do. That's why, like, when we just were born, we took that Meyer-Lemon-Briggs test for personalities.
Sure.
Like my personality that I took after taking that test is like rationalizing and logic stepping out the unlogical. And so again, that goes into conspiracy theories, which my boy Seth Godin, however you say it, he just wrote today about conspiracy theories on his blog, and he's like, yeah, it's trying to make sense of chaos. Sorry, dude, it's just fucking chaos.
Yep.
Also, it's not a theory because it can't be proven or disproven, so please stop using the word theory.
Yeah.
It's more of like a fucking story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bunch of fucking nonsense.
It's a bunch of fucking nonsense. Dog. Why do you write dog? But yeah, and so that's why, like, when I took that Myers-Briggs test and you were like, you are the 3% of the population that is this, I was like, oh, that explains so much of me.
Well, it wasn't actually, like, the one that I found that we both took was, I think, not technically the Myers-Briggs test. I would, like, really be interested, because I think the Myers-Briggs test is quite academic. The one that we took was, like, an online thing.
It wasn't called, like, Danny's...
It was called, like, 16 personalities, I think.
Danny's personality guess. And
Yeah,
it's just some,
kind
like,
of.
weird dude in a basement.
No, it was kind of neat. It was on 16personalities.com if anyone wants to try it out at home, because it was pretty neat. Mine,
It nailed me. I don't give a fuck if it was, like, the Big Bopper or not. It nailed me.
You felt like it really got you.
You know me pretty well, and you write it over my shoulder. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it got a lot of you.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I am a campaigner. You're a what was it?
logician.
A logician.
Yeah.
And I'm a campaigner.
I take the magic of the world and I make it logical. That's kind of how I summed it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, word? That's a cloud? Well, here's the thing about clouds.
Also, I think dreams are real. Yeah, I'm a campaigner. I want everyone to have a great time all the time. And I'm like, rah, rah, rah.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
That's perfect. Everybody needs that at the party.
Yeah, evidently also we are just like great. Wait, where was it? I just looked it up because I wanted to say we are. No, I can't find it. I wanted to say something good about myself. Anyway, campaigners are great.
Oh, I love that you can't find it. Hey, I'd like to like give a little. I'd like to Sean myself.
I'd like to, yes, say something real nice about my own personality, which is that I am fun to be around and cool, and I'm also a good cook, and I'm great to my dog and my cat. And
It's so funny to imagine if like you created the Myers-Briggs test. Like you're like, hey, I got an updated version. And it's like, you're
nice.
you're really cool and fun, and people like you, and you might stay at a party and worry if people do, but you should just dive in. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the updated Myers-Briggs.
Yeah,
for
you are a mom. Just do your best. Go out there and try your hardest. Everyone, yeah.
Live, laugh, love. Question 16 informs us that you love to live, laugh, love.
You are a hype man. You just like to make sure that you're going out front, getting the crowd ready for your boy, making sure that everyone's all hyped up for Glazer to come on stage.
That's such a fun new personality test.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, we need an updated one. Punch it up.
Yeah.
And they're all positive, and they're like, and Denise is wrong. And like, you know, you can really like make them personal for your own person. Like if you ever meet someone named Dan, they'll ruin your life.
Yep.
Dan's.
Never trust anyone named Josh. That's not true. I know some nice Joshes.
I don't.
Shout out Josh Bierman. I also wanted to shout out while I'm thinking about it, because I'm looking at them right here, and you just lit one and smoked it. These fucking Pure Beauty joints are the best. If you're in California, try them out. They're these like little, they're called babies, and they're like teeny little pre-rolls, and they've got little eyes on the filter.
They're fun, and I don't feel high. I just feel like nice.
Well, that's because this is their CBD blend, which is like 16%, 10% CBD and like 4% THC. So it's a nice balance. So it's CBD rich, so you feel chill. I love them.
I love them too.
Yeah.
I'm usually so suspicious of CBD because there's so many bullshit snake oil salesmen out there trying to use it nefariously.
Yeah.
This is a great test ground to prove to me that like some CBD products are legit.
Well, yeah,
I like it.
When it's in weed and you know you're using it in conjunction with THC, the THC and CBD activate together. It's part of what's called the entourage effect, and I'm not going to get on a high horse about that because I already went off on received pronunciation and dialects. So, if you're interested in the entourage effect, Look it up. But basically, they work together.
I like it. I like how it feels behind my eyes right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all day. I mean, I can get out in the garden and smoke one of these and like putter around with my new little outdoor garden.
Mm-hmm.
All the time.
Yo.
Yeah, I've been getting my hands dirty. It's real nice.
It is real nice. Well,
Yeah.
this is also a really nice like balance for me because you know how Show Products sent me that Carta to like
fuck
take
yeah.
all those dabs. So I've been dabbing all weekend this like lemonade from Raw Garden, and I love the Carta. Like this is a great little like smart rig. I'm all about it. And I've just been watching Gargoyles on Disney Plus and
Nice.
Simpsons.
I love how the
and
Carta
it's
looks.
shit.
I have to say, I don't dab because it's too intense for me, but I love the way the Carta looks.
Well, like nights like this when I got shit to do and I can't go dabbing out and fall into like, oh man, let's watch Avengers again and see if I notice any more Easter eggs. You know, like I got shit to do. So something like Pure Beauty, I'm all about this.
Yeah, I really like it. And they've got a whole line of other stuff too, but I'm really into these high CBD little pre-rolls.
Nice.
The babies.
Ooh, should we talk about gardening or do you want to save it for another app?
Let's save it for another app because this is a mini and we both have shit to do tonight.
I do have stuff to do.
Yeah, I have to file a fucking story
Oh, fuck.
and you have to finish your script.
I do.
So go finish your script, motherfucker.
Fine, motherfucker. Like, this campaigner over here trying to tell me what
Rah,
to do.
rah, rah. Finish your script. You're going to do great.
Awesome. Is that it?
I think that's it.
All right, word. I hope you all have great weeks and talk to you soon.
Yeah.
Mary Jane, this has been fun as hell.
Yeah, this is super fun. I love a little Quaranteam mini app. And thanks for listening. And hit us up with all the things. DM us at Weed and Grub on Instagram or email us at wg@weedandgrub.com. And keep an eye out for some cool upcoming apps. We've got some really cool interviews coming up with some super fucking neat folks.
Fuck yeah, we do.
And yeah, love you all. Thanks for listening. What a fucking crazy world we live in. So thank God for this podcast because it keeps me quasi sane.
Same. Bye, everyone.
Bye.